What is up, Jeromes? It's a glorious Monday, and we're going to do a top of the first round mock draft. So basically, we're just going to mock until the Vikings pick. That's what we're going to do. So we are going to take a look at the Bears, the Commies, the Patriots, the Cardinals, the Chargers, the Giants, the G-Men, the Tennessee Titans, the Falcons, the Jets, the Vikings, as well as we're going to get a little spicy with it. Well, why the hell not? I mean, it's a beautiful Monday. Birds are chirping and stuff. So there we go. Screw the Broncos interface. Enter draft. 1 round. He going to do 1. All right. So now, what are we doing here? There we go. Zooming in, enhance. So your Vikings are still chilling at 11 and 23. Almost like that will come in handy in 2 seconds. But first off, zoom in and enhance. This is a good pod. Very much professional here. So the Bears up at 1, starting this damn draft. All right, so the Bears taking Caleb Williams at 1. Makes all the sense in the world. The Commies, I feel like the Commies are locked in on Jaden Daniels. And I know that they're doing their diligence on Drake May and J.J. McCarthy, but I just feel like Daniels is box office. I feel like Daniels is what they would see as a franchise guy, and I do agree. So we can freaking find him on this damn blah, blah, blah. All right, so, all right, there we go. All right, so Jane Daniels, you are Washington Commander. Believe it. So now, I think the Patriots are in a spot where they want stability at quarterback, where they want a sure thing, and they thought they had that with Mac Jones. Obviously not. But I think Jaden Daniels would have been one on their board behind Caleb Williams. I do think that J.J. McCarthy would be a solid fit in New England with what they want to do specifically with that offense. And, Drake May, tons of talent, but high variance. But also, I feel like the Patriots aren't in the position to go that high variance route at this point in time. But they stick and pick, and they take J.J. McCarthy or 3. So now the bat signal is out for the Vikings and Kwesi to move up, because the Vikings are in a spot where they can go high variance, where they do have a high floor team. They do have Sling and Sam Darnold in the mix. But the Cardinals decide to stick and pick. So they have their choice of wide receiver 1, tackle 1, and they go with Marvin Harrison Jr. in this spot. Now, the Giants are salivating. Joe Shine, as well as Brian Daboll's like, we want it, we need it, got to get up to 5. Ain't going to happen. That's right. So Harbaugh puts aside his possible animosity with the Vikings. He and Kwesi are still tight. Kwesi was at the Michigan was at a Michigan game this year on the sidelines, as well as at the pro day with the private workout with J.J. McCarthy. So I think that all that stuff between Harbaugh and the Vikings, it's whatever. Like, Harbaugh isn't going to cut off his nose to spite his face. If there's a ton of value there, there's a ton of value there. So let's make a trade. Let's make something happen. So Vikings want the number 5 overall, 11-23 minimum, but also don't want to give up that future first rounder. And even though the Giants may be champing at the bit, but we are going to make it worth your while. Give you the 1, give you the 2 1s, give you a 4, a 5, and also the future 3rd. So there you go, 4-5. And the sting of this is taken out a little bit less, since the Vikings are projected to have a 3rd round comp pick. So there you go, 11-23, a 4th and a 5th, and a future 3rd, as opposed to a future 1st for number 5 overall. Enhance. There you go. All right, now the Vikings. I mean, it's pretty easy. And if this is how it broke down, I would love it. I would absolutely love and adore it. Now, sure, Drake May could be the Commies or the Patriots' cup of tea, and this could certainly change things. But honestly, with that same deal, I wouldn't mind trading up to 5 if Daniels fell, obviously, and also if J.J. McCarthy is there. I mean, if J.J. McCarthy is there, maybe even Harbaugh would trade 5 for less, because it'd be like him giving away his son at a wedding. Take care of him. Take care of him like I took care of him. There you go. That got too deep. Anyways, Drake May at 5. Now the Giants are in an interesting spot. So they could stick and pick and take Penix, but would that feel like a reach? Like a reach? Possibly. They could go with a tackle with Alt or Fuaga or Latham in this spot, but I feel like, all right, so Daniel Jones, maybe he's the guy, maybe he's not. Drew Lock is not the guy. But Malik Neighbors would give them a true blue wide receiver 1, whoever the hell the quarterback is going to be. Tennessee Titans are up at 7, and this one seems like a no-brainer. Now, yeah, they could look to add a wide receiver, like Odunze would make sense here, but Joe Alt is that true blue left tackle. the pride of Totino Grace, set and forget it. He and Skoronski on that left side will provide great protection for Will Levis or whoever the hell is going to be quarterback. Now, 8. So, Fontenot or Raheem Morris are in an interesting spot where they could just stick and pick. They could get a talisman on the edge in Dallas Turner or Leatu Latu in this spot, or they could move down and acquire a ton of assets and still build around Kirk Cousins. So now, here's where it gets spicy. So Buffalo Bills, Buffalo Gals, won't you come out tonight? I do feel like Brandon Beane and McDermott feel like they got to take a swing. So the Buffalo Bills are going to come up. They're basically going to give the Atlanta Falcons Julio Jones offer. Where the hell are the Bills? Am I just missing things? Oh, here we go. Buffalo Bills at 28. So going from 28 to 8, that is a big time jump. So they're going to have to pay through the nose. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your woman on the floor. Going to get. All right. So 28, 60. Actually, no, it's not even 3. All right, so 28-60, 2/4, and a future first. Actually, may even take more than that. Spicy. So the Bills do have an extra first from the Stephon Diggs trade through the Houston Texans. So 1, 2, 1, 2 to get up to 8 to get their guy. Spicy. I like it. I like it a lot. Go ahead. All right, so now the Bills are on the board, and they got to get a superstar outside. And Rome Odunze, I mean, in most receiver classes, Rome would be wide receiver 1. But Neighbors and Harrison Jr., studs. But so is Rome. So the Buffalo Bills basically pull off the Julio Jones trade up for Rome Odunze in this spot. Now, the Bears are sitting chilling. So this is interesting. So Odunze is off the board, and Cole Kmet is a solid tight end. But Brock Bowers is a true blue offensive weapon. Just a freaking weapon. Just don't see him as a tight end. See him as a weapon. And I'm trying to think, as a Vikings fan, which selection would irk me the most? Would it be Bowers? Would it be Leatu Latu? Would it be Dallas Turner? I think it might be Brock Bowers. Yeah. That hurts me so much. All right, so the Bears, they got Caleb Williams and Brock Bowers. That's gross. So they got their Mahomes and Kelsey effectively. That's gross. That's gross, man. 10. Oh, Grossman. Rex Grossman. I get it. The Jets in this spot. So I'm sure they would have liked if Odunze would have fell, but he didn't. But certainly in the offensive tackle market, and they have the choice between Fuaga and Latham to be opposite of Tyron Smith. In this spot, we'll take Latham. There we go. 11. So now, I mean, it's pretty easy. So Fuaga is there on the board, a true blue right tackle to pair along the offensive line. So you're good. The Raiders, we were going to have the Raiders trade up, but then we're just like, no. But the Raiders in this spot, so needs all over the place. It could go Johnny Newton. They could go with Quinion Mitchell there, but we know. We know what's up. Now, they could gamble that they could get Penix in the second round. I don't think that's going to happen. So sticking and picking, and the Raiders get their guy. I like Michael Penix a lot, man. So now the Chargers, just for snits, are back on the clock. Let's go with Nate Wiggins. There you go. Already got one offensive lineman. Then the Cardinals on the clock. They'll take Kool-Aid. There you go. Just wrapping things up. Falcons. Who should the Falcons take? A little JPJ, a little Johnny Newton action would be great too. Tyler Nubin would be fantastic with Bates. You know, why the hell not? Or do you give him A.D. Mitchell? All right. We'll give Kurt. We'll give Kurt a weapon on the outside. Actually, Ladd McConkey would be great. I screwed up. That should have been Ladd McConkey. That would play great with the Georgia fans as well. Doesn't matter. But all right, so here's what went down eventually. So in our top part of the first round of the mock draft, basically, since it's all about us as the Vikings. So the Bears 1, Williams 2. The commies take Jaden Daniels. 3, the Patriots stick and pick take J.J. McCarthy. Now I understand it. If they want a quarterback who's going to operate the offense, and don't get me wrong, Drake May can certainly do that, but they want a guy who can be stable and have a higher floor. McCarthy could be that guy. Harrison Jr., Vikings tried to get up to 4, but it's okay. They Cardinals stick and pick, took wide receiver 1. Now the Chargers were in the driver's seat, but the Vikings gave them an offer they couldn't refuse, coming up for Drake May. Neighbors to the Giants, all to the Titans. And then I kind of like it. Splash trade. So the Bills move all the way up to 8 with the Falcons. Take Odunze, a true blue wide receiver 1, to pair with Josh Allen long term. Bowers goes to the Bears. Now, I'm going to the Bears trade down since the Bears only have 4 total draft picks, but they stick and pick. And like we said, Williams and Bowers is basically their Mahomes and Kelsey. And it's disgusting. And again, I know that the Bears have Cole Kmet. Free your mind and the rest will follow. See Bowers as a receiving weapon, not just a tight end. There you go. Blah, 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 blah. Doesn't really matter. Penix goes to the Raiders. What did the computer do? Anything interesting? Not particularly. McConkey to the Ravens. Leggett to the Chiefs at 32. Woo! Love it. Love it, man. It's good times. But your thoughts are thoughts. Top of the first round mock draft, the Vikings eventually move up to 5 to get their guy. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.